All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our monthly All In for Kansas Kids, Strengthening Early Childhood in Kansas Systems Building webinar for December 13th, 2023. My name is Julia Gruss. I am a research project specialist at KU's Center for Public Partnerships and Research, and I am also your webinar facilitator for today. I am also joined by my colleague, Erica Figueroa, who will be dropping relevant links from today's presentation into the chat, as well as monitoring the chat for any of your questions or comments. So a few quick updates before I introduce our presenters for today. We are probably going to have a very speedy meeting or webinar for today. Our presenters don't have much to cover, but it is important information, so we will more than likely be giving you some time back. And we figured everyone would be okay with that, as this is our last webinar for the 2023 year. So as we move into 2024, remember that these webinars are going to be held every second Wednesday of the month. You can see the webinar schedule up on your screen. After last month's webinar, there was some email correspondence that went out from Zoom to all of our registrants that gave you the opportunity to get this current schedule onto your calendars. It came from Zoom with the subject line Kansas Early Childhood Systems Building Webinar 2024 confirmation. I am going to be sending that registration email out again to everybody sometime this afternoon. So if you have already gotten this series onto your calendar, you can ignore that email today. But if you missed it last month, be on the lookout for that. And make sure that you are also checking your spam and junk folders. You can just search that subject line and hopefully find that email so that you can get all of these future webinars onto your work calendars. If by the end of this week you don't see anything and you are not finding anything in your junk or spam folders, you can always email me at jgruss@ku.edu, and you can see my email up on the screen as well. As always, sign up to receive our weekly All In for Kansas Kids e-newsletter that goes out every Monday. You can register to sign up for that on the Children's Cabinet website at www.kschildrenscabinet.org. All right, today we have Rachel Gardner of KU CPPR and Cora Ungerer of KDHE giving us some insight on what was discussed at the family roundtable sessions that were held in early November, as well as some actionable solutions and updates on the family leadership team's future work. So Rachel is going to get us started. Rachel, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, Julia. Hi, again, my name is Rachel Gardner, and I am a research project coordinator at CPPR. I want to thank you for this time to share about the family leadership team roundtable sessions from November. And I will also have Cora Ungerer with me, and we will hear from her in a little bit. So you can go to the next slide, Julia. So the family leadership team roundtable sessions were titled Engaging with Experts, and they served as a continued process from the family engagement sessions that were held this past spring. The family leadership team, supported by CPPR as well as Orange Sparkle Ball, co-created the roundtable sessions to really pull the thread from those spring sessions as a way to provide an opportunity to continue to elevate voices of lived experience and family members, identify topics that are really important and who also they wanted to hear from in these actionable solutions, and then also provided a space to craft knowledgeable solutions that, again, are easily accessible for families, that are trustworthy information, and then are also culturally responsive for across the state. Next slide, please. With about 23 really engaged participants over those 2 roundtable sessions in November, participants identified 3 high-level solution-based projects to move forward with the family leadership team. The first identified was the technology piece, and I know several of you have heard that from the spring sessions. There continues to be that need for a parent or caregiver focused digital platform that's trustworthy, that the information and resources are trustworthy and easy to search for, and then also to serve as a place for continued learning and connection for folks across the state. The second is kind of the process. This is really an opportunity, I think. We heard a lot of questions about what screenings are and why their children need to be screened. Where does that information go? What's it used for? So I really think this is an opportunity to kind of advance the knowledge and the understanding and awareness of ASQ and screeners for kind of a parent view. And then also connection. There's a strong desire from the voices that have participated in these sessions over the past year to stay connected with one another, to have a connection with other parents and caregivers across the state on a regular basis. And also including in that the opportunity to enhance the awareness of 1-800-Children across the state as really the place to call as a parent or a caregiver if you're needing emergent or immediately needed immediate assistance with connection to resources in their area. And also if you're a parent or a caregiver and you just have a question or a concern, just really creating that or enhancing that awareness of 1-800-Children across the state. So I'm going to pass it over to Cora, who's going to kind of fill us in more about the family leadership team.
Hey, thank you, Rachel.
Welcome.
And hi, I'm Cora Ungerer. I work for KDHE and I am the Family and Consumer Partnership Program Coordinator. So for the family leadership team, we are looking to 2024 to create an action plan. With this, we want to create a guiding document that clearly states the group's purpose, the goals, and statewide alignment. And from that first roundtable session that the FLT was supporting, we are looking at individuals' capacity to help move on the ideas and projects so that those are actively moving forward and we're not dropping anything. We are also going to be setting up more family voice roundtables. We're going to evenly space those throughout the year and have focused topics that have an emphasis on finding solutions. And these will likely have some information on a given topic along with open discussion. All right, you can go to the next one. Thank you. So we are looking to welcome new members to the FLT. This is a group that is meant to be a cross-agency effort. So we are looking at rebuilding the guiding team that will continue to be made up of state agencies, programs, and some families. We are planning a virtual mixer for those who are working with families to come and meet and share ideas and to connect. This will tentatively be on Tuesday, February 13th, but there will be more to come on that as we get it planned. But we're really excited about bringing people together to meet and share ideas and see how everyone can help support the efforts of the FLT so that it's not just coming from one place all the time. If you are interested in that, or if you're interested in anything for the FLT, you are very welcome to reach out to me. My email is up on the screen. Rachel is also a great help if you can remember her, but not me. And then we are also going to continue the alignment with sharing updates with families. And there will be a bright spot piece with a graphic reporting from the roundtable sessions in November that will be posted to the All In for Kansas Kids website in late January of 2024, which is just right around the corner. All right. And that's really all that we have for you today on the progress of the FLT and where we're going. So thank you. If you have any questions, we would love to answer some.
I'm going to give everyone just an opportunity, if you have any questions or comments, to put those in the chat. Like I said, quick presentation today, concise information, but important information nonetheless for everyone. Rachel has also dropped her email into the chat as well. Any questions or comments from anyone before we move on to just some general systems updates? All right. Well, thank you so much to Rachel and Cora for taking some time today to come speak to us.
So there's a question in the chat from Julie. It says, besides email, can I please talk to you both? Julie, do you want to come off mute and ask your question?
I also think it'd be an opportunity if Julie, if you would like to, we can create a meeting.
Yes, please.
And then great. I will reach out and get your information and we can schedule that. Okay.
All right. Thank you. It's much
You're
easier than
welcome.
emails because we can't ever get,
Yeah.
you know, communication back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great.
Right.
I will do that.
Thanks.
Alrighty, perfect. Thank you so much. We will move on to some of our early childhood systems updates, and then we will send you on your way to lunch. All right, there are only 5 more days to submit your applications for the Capital Projects Fund Accelerator construction only grants. The technical assistance webinar is available on the Cabinet YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure at any time. So if you have any questions, the technical assistance webinar is a good place to go because they may have already been answered. The request for proposal, the link for that will be placed in the chat. So that has some very important information on these applications. But if you are wanting to apply, please do so through the Kansas Common app before this coming Monday, December 18th. So last call for the construction only grants to expand the state's efforts to create new licensed childcare slots while adding space to enable work, health monitoring, and education supports. Calling all current and past early childhood care and education professionals. We need your help to inform the Kansas career pathway through this survey. To make advancement more equitable and attainable, the career pathway brings together existing system offerings while offering multiple entry points. It illustrates the variety of professional learning opportunities and supports that make it easier to plan a fulfilling career. So help us learn what factors drive individuals to enter, leave, or stay in the ECCE workforce, and what the facilitators and barriers are to professional learning in this career. Eligible professionals will receive $100 for completing the survey. You can find the link in the chat, or you can scan the QR code on your screen with your cell phone, and that will take you right to it. And this survey closes on January 13th. There have been some major Head Start changes proposed. On November 20th, the Office of Head Start issued a notice of proposed rulemaking supporting the Head Start workforce and consistent quality programming with major proposed updates to the Head Start program performance standards. This proposal represents the most consequential changes to Head Start since the 2015 reauthorization. For an overview of the process and a summary of those proposed changes, you can visit Head Start NPRM. And all of the links that you are seeing on your screen will be placed into the chat so you can stay fully informed and express your opinion on these changes during the public comment period, which closes on January 19th. Kansas Parents as Teachers Association still continuing with their monthly training series. The monthly training series for teachers and educators, all of the trainings are free to current Kansas Parents as Teacher Association members. If you are not a member, you can register at the link that's going to be placed into the chat. But each month they are featuring a different relevant topic to early childhood and family issues. January 18th, we have Prioritize Play. February 15th on intimate partner violence. March 7th on screen time. And April 18th on child abuse and neglect. And this training schedule goes through till June. All right, our first conferences for 2024. The second annual First 1,000 Days Kansas Summit is taking place on January 29th in Topeka, Kansas. So save the date for this unique event, which will bring decision makers and thought leaders together to explore policies, solutions that will help families thrive during the period of the parent's pregnancy through their child's second birthday. And also the 42nd Annual Kansas Division for Early Childhood Conference being held from February 28th through March 1st in Wichita, Kansas. This conference is a powerful opportunity for professional growth. It sets the stage for an astounding array of sessions, networking experiences, and other activities. KDEC promotes the education of young children with exceptional needs and encourages professional growth and research as a means to better understand the unique needs related to young exceptional children, because inclusion matters. Registration links for both of these upcoming early childhood conferences can be found in the chat. You can also always find a list of upcoming conferences on the Children's Cabinet website as well.
Julia, we do have 2 comments in the chat. Rich Minder added that the annual KEEM conference is in the spring. Rich, do you have any more information about that?
Just I put the link to the conference there. So you could go to that link.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and Rich, I will make sure to add that to that slide on our January webinar as well.
And then there was a question about the Parent Leadership Conference, and it looks like that was put on hold for 2023 and should be happening again in 2024, likely early November.
Alrighty, awesome. Thank you so much, Erica. And as we move forward through the year, I will be adding any upcoming conferences to that slide. So that slide's going to remain. And as new conferences come up, we will definitely add them, but we appreciate all of the information that has been placed into the chat. So reminders and next steps for you to stay connected. Our next early childhood recommendations panel meeting is going to be held on Friday, January 19th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. This meeting is always streamed live on the Cabinet YouTube channel. Our next early childhood systems building webinar is going to be the second Wednesday in January on the 10th, as always, from noon to 1. And the next children's cabinet meeting is going to be held on Friday, February 2nd from 9 to 12 p.m. And as I said before, as always, you can typically either find a live recording of these meetings on the cabinet YouTube channel.
I'll just quickly, Rachel Harper said that from KCSL, also added into the chat that the Parent Leadership Conference is tentatively scheduled for September 27th through 28th of 2024.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erica. And thank you for that information, Rachel, as well. All right. As I said, we're getting you out early today, so continue to stay up to date with us by signing up for that All In for Kansas Kids e-newsletter at kschildrenscabinet.org. You can follow us on Twitter, and you can subscribe to the Kansas Children's Cabinet YouTube channel. I hope everybody has a great rest of their Wednesday, and happy holidays to everybody coming up, and we will see you next year.